You're listening to the Sport Guy Radio Show. Hi everyone, I'm the Sport Guy. I want to talk today about the big trade that took place today in the NBA between the New Jersey Nets, the Utah Jazz, and the Golden State Warriors. The New Jersey Nets folks have acquired All-Star point guard Deron Williams. The New Jersey Nets in return have sent the Utah Jazz power forward Derek Favors and former All-Star point guard Devin Harris. They've also traded away 2 first-round picks, 1 first-round pick that their own first-round pick this year in this year's draft, and a first-round pick next year via the Golden State Warriors. Now, the New Jersey Nets have also sent the expiring contract of Troy Murphy to the Golden State Warriors, and the Warriors have sent the Nets Brandon Wright and Dan Gazaritz. So folks, that's the trade. Now, as far as the winner and loser in this trade, let me say this: I wouldn't call necessarily the Jazz the losers in this trade. And here's why. Deron Williams did not get along as of late with the Jazz organization, especially after Jerry Sloan resigned a couple of weeks ago. So Deron Williams did not get along so well with the management. And I mean, Deron Williams was scheduled to become a free agent in 2012. And if you are not getting along with the management, then you have no choice but to trade away the player, no matter if he's the best player on the roster or not. Because guess what? If he's not getting along with the management, in 2012, he would have left and signed with another team, and the Jazz would basically have got no compensation for him. And one of the best point guards in the NBA, you cannot lose him and not get anything in return. And the Nets folks, I mean, the Nets are the biggest winner in this trade. I mean, 2 days ago, we saw the New York Knicks on Monday night acquire Carmelo Anthony, one of the best shooters in the NBA today. And the Nets did everything they can to convince Carmelo to sign a 3-year contract extension with the Nets. Carmelo said no, so the Nets had to answer the Knicks back, and they did. They got Deron Williams. So they should be proud of themselves. The thing with the Jazz, folks, that I don't get, I understand Derek Favors, the sky's the limit for him. And it can become the next Dwight Howard, or it can become the next Brandon Wright. And Brandon Wright, folks, right now, is not a good player, to say it respectfully. He's not playing good right now. And he's not playing good since he was drafted by the Charlotte Bobcats, who trade him away and draft night trade to the Warriors for Jason Richardson. Anyway, so I mean, folks, Brandon Wright is not a good player. Derek Favors can be the next Brandon Wright or the next Dwight Howard. The sky's the limit for him. After all, he's just 19 years old. The thing is, folks, the Jazz are already deep at center and power forward. So where are you going to play him? I mean, you have Paul Mastat, who just signed him in the off-season. We signed him in the off-season, and he's a very good power forward. He can also play the small forward, but then where are you going to play Andre Kirilenko? I mean, you have center in Al Jefferson, and Mehmet Okur, when he come back, where are you going to play him? So, I mean, this doesn't make sense to the Jazz, unless they're going to move away either Mehmet Okur or Paul Mastat and acquire another shooter back, because that's the weakest point, in my opinion, for the Jazz. They could use another shooting guard. So I mean, I understand partially why the Jazz did it, why the Jazz did the trade, but again, folks, they're extremely deep at power forward and center, and I expect them to make another move before the deadline. Otherwise, they won't have enough space, they won't be able to play Derek Favors and whoever else they want to play, because right now they have 4 pretty good, 2 pretty good center to a pretty good power forward. So I mean, that's the issue with the Jazz. Again, folks, the Nets, sure, they gave up Derek Favors, they gave up Devin Harris, but folks, when you have a chance to acquire one of the best, if not the best point guard in the NBA today, you have to do it. And the Nets fans should be proud of the organization. Jazz fans should not be so mad at the Jazz organization, because after all, Jazz basically had no choice. And Warriors fans, oh well, you trade away 2 players, you get 1 player back. It won't make any implications as far as whether you will make the playoffs this year or not. And with that, Sport Guy Show is signing